My content helps you avoid unhealthy habits by taking the restrictions off of unhealthy foods like potatoes and chocolate. This is amazing, thank you. Let's do a rapid fire of foods that have a reputation for being unhealthy, but that are actually good for us. Now, obviously, the reputation of these foods depends on which circles of the diet culture internet you travel. So if you haven't heard that some of these are bad for you, that's good. Don't go to that corner of the internet where they're saying that, because as already established, all of these are good for you. All right, let's start with potatoes. Yes, surprisingly nutrient-dense starchy tuber and particularly valuable source of fiber, especially resistant starch and potassium. And yes, studies show that provided you are not eating your potatoes in French fry form, which has a lot of salt, potatoes lower your blood pressure. Chocolate reduces risk of cardiovascular disease and type 2 diabetes. And while darker chocolate is better, studies show you get a benefit no matter what the quality of chocolate is. Optimal consumption is between 2 and about 6 or 7 1-ounce servings per week. After that, you don't get additional benefit. Iceberg lettuce, not just crunchy water. It's not as nutrient dense as other lettuce types, but it is more nutrient dense than celery or cucumber or artichoke, meaning it has more nutrients per calorie. So if iceberg lettuce is the lettuce you like, that's awesome. Watermelon is not just sugary water. Actually, one of our best dietary sources of lycopene and one of our only dietary sources of L-citrulline, which can enhance exercise performance. Corn is nutrient dense, and yes, you are getting most of the nutrients from it, even if you can identify it in the other end. Typically what you see is that cellulose-rich outer capsule, but we will have digested everything on the inside. Studies show that corn improves the composition of our gut microbiomes. And corn, when eaten fresh, or like the frozen or canned version, counts as a vegetable. Have you seen the grapes are sugar bombs thing lately? Grapes are nutrient dense and associated with all kinds of health benefits, including improving cardiometabolic health. Oats have an incredible track record for lowering serum cholesterol and reducing cardiovascular disease risk, as well as improving blood sugar regulation and lowering risk of type 2 diabetes. Spinach is one of the most nutrient-dense foods, and oxalates are irrelevant to your health unless you have recurring calcium oxalate kidney stones, chronic kidney disease, or you're the 1 in 3 million with a genetic oxalate metabolism disorder. Peanuts, not full of mold, and as long as you aren't allergic, are associated with really strong reductions in cardiovascular disease risk. And soy products. No, they don't cause feminizing of males. They don't increase risk of hormone-associated cancers. They actually reduce risk, along with reducing risk of cardiovascular disease. All right, there's probably 100 other foods I could add to this list, but that's what I thought of off the top of my head. If there's any others you can think of, go ahead and add them to this conversation.